We're live. Let's see if I can put it up here. So I can see you. Oh, there may be a delay. To watching. Hi guys. It's slightly delayed. So this is my first time trying out YouTube Live. Don't do that, baby.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
So we'll see how it goes. That's okay. We're just gonna wait for a few. Speaker, stop shaking. A few other persons to get here. And I'm looking at my laptop most of the time instead of the camera so that I can see your questions if you have any. Maya, stop doing that. You're too naughty. Never mind, it's her. There's girl here. Stop that, Maya. Oh? So today we're going to be doing twists. I got a lot of questions about twists and Sunshine's twists. So
she's gonna have a baby. Okay. Baby.
stop behaving like that, babes. Stop. We're supposed to be starting at just about 4, so in another 3 minutes or so. You can stop looking, you know. The camera's actually right there. So how are you guys doing? Hi, Rachel, sorry. Hi, Sasha. You guys are from Barbados or you're from other places? We're from Barbados, but I'm aware that there may be others from other countries as well. Barbados in the house. So I'm going to start just by taking down Maya's hair. I washed her hair last week Sunday, and these were the grannies or the twists that I put in, and they were like this for the whole week. And I haven't re-moisturized her hair as yet. Like that, no problem. So anytime I'm checking to see if her hair is dry, I generally hold it in the palm of my hand, and if you saw that video, I posted a video on it a while back, and I scrunch it. And if it feels pliable, I know that there's still some moisture in there, but then if it feels like really, really dry and terrible, then I know that we need some work. And something you need to bear in mind is that the hair that we can see now is the hair that is exposed to the sun, is exposed to dirt and everything. So it will be drier than if you were to open the twist. Yes, you have dirt in your hair. It would be drier than if you were to open the twist and get some moisture in there. So I'm going to open up one just so that you can see what I mean. Why do you hold that bubbles? So these are the twists here. And anytime I'm twisting her hair, I always start with a plait and end with a twist. So now that I have undone it, I don't know if you can see properly, but I can still see there's some nice gloss and shine to her hair, even though it felt a little dry on the outside before I undid the twist. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take some leave-in, about this much, and I'm going to put it all over her hair just to moisturize it a bit more, and then I'm going to take down all the twists. One by one, and then we're going to start twisting. So you guys have any questions for me? I'm not going to stay here for the full time that I'm twisting her hair. I'm just going to stay for you to show you what I do. And then we're going to answer any questions, and then we're going to go off. So just give me a few minutes. Let me take down her hair. And I was doing this on video just so you can see how her hair was prior to the twist that I'm going to put in now. How often do you wash her hair? I wash her hair usually every 2 weeks. Lately I find with the summer holidays it was going into 3 weeks. But generally I try every 2 weeks. The most would be, the longest I would go without washing is 3 weeks. So I washed her hair last Sunday. This is now a week, and I would have put in the leave-in at Homemade. So now I'm taking it down. How often do you wash? Do you have any kids, or for you personally, how often would you wash your hair, Sasha? So welcome for those who are joining us. I'm just taking down Sunshine's previous style to put back in some fresh twists, just so you can see what her hair is like before. I wash my daughter's hair every 2 weeks as well. Ooh. But I'm not here. This is what happens when you borrow hair from another section while twisting. You were not able to pull through as easily if you hadn't borrowed hair. Bubs, you're singing to a little too loud, sweetie. So we're soon done, and then we're gonna start twisting. Love the clarifying shampoo, thank you. I actually use your line of products in her hair on Friday, nice. Thank you. I'm sometimes a bit worried about the clarifying shampoo. The purpose of a clarifying shampoo, it is supposed to give the hair a good clean, but I know most naturals shy away from getting a good proper clean because sometimes it might leave the hair feeling a little on the dry side. But it's a balance that I guess you have to try and strike, and you have to be careful how much you use. But our moisturizing shampoo, that's a totally different thing though. I really, really like that one as well. Okay, so we're soon done. The camera isn't really showing how the full sheen of her hair and stuff, but it's nice and fluffy. I'll let her have a bit less. So one of the most frequent questions we get, I guess, is what we use or what we have for twisting. And I generally tell persons that currently we just use our leave-in conditioner and pomade, because that's all we had and all we were using in the beginning. And I get pretty good twists from that. These twists that are in now was only our leave-in and pomade, and we were fine. Where can I get the moisturizing shampoo? Did not see it in Glow Beauty Supplies. It hasn't been released as yet. We're still testing it internally and tweaking, trying to make it just right for you guys. The new line, we're hoping, hold your head, sweets. We're hoping we'll be able to release that early next year, the latest. So if I wasn't on this live with you guys, I would have taken down each of these twists one by one and replaced it with smaller twists. But I just wanted you, yeah, I'm doing singles. I just wanted you to see really small. I don't know about that one, honey. She's asking for really small twists.
Really small singles.
So anyhow, this is her hair. This is what it looks like. I'm just going to put everything up in one now. And I'm going to show you how I twist her hair.
Can I watch something?
We're not going to be on too long.
But still, can I watch something on my tablet?
So I'm going to work with these same sections that we had.
Said tablet.
Put it away. And when I'm twisting or styling her hair, I like to have ruffles at hand and these fasteners here. Clips. My husband reminded me, telling me the right name is clips. So I stretch her hair to get any of the definition from the previous twist out, because that will allow me to part it better. And I'm going to use my fingers just to get a part straight across. And then I'm going to use the comb to refine my twist, my part. And I know some people generally don't like a comb. I'm okay with it. And the parting doesn't have to be perfect, but I like pretty neat parting. So once that's done, I clip it away, the section that I wouldn't be working on. And to show you how I would twist with the leave-in and pomade, I'm going to do some twists with the leave-in and pomade, and I'm going to do some twists with our twisting cream. I'll show you what that is like. Don't do that, man. So her hair still doesn't feel too bad, but doesn't have any wetness to it. So I want to twist her hair damp because I find that gives the hair a bit more definition, and the twist, it gives the hair a different twist. The twists are fluffier, and I like to use the word juicy. So I'm just going to get a bit of leave-in. And I'm going to spread it down her hair. And then I'm going to get some pomade. Make sure that you rub it all in. And then put that over the leave-in conditioner. So that her hair has a nice, it's not soaking wet, but the leave-in, because it has in a lot of water, it would allow her hair to be a bit more elastic. So I'm not doing triangular parts or anything like that. If you want, you can do that. I'm just going to be doing straight parting, and I'm going to brick layer it. I don't know if you can see all the way to the ends. I think you can. So I start all of her twists with a plait. It allows the twist to stay neater. So separate it into 3 even sections. And I plait for about 3 times or so. Take one of the sections that's in the middle, separate it into 2, and then start twisting. I have a video on here about my method already, but I'm going to show you guys again. So what I do, I just give the hair a slight bend. That's nice, close. As I twist and go down. And sometimes I use my hand and I just make sure that the hair is smooth as I go down, because again, that helps with smoother twist as well. Any other questions? I know it's not many of you on right now. And then when I get to the ends, I just give it a quick comb again. And I keep twisting. So I give it just a quick twist as I twist down. I don't twist it too much. If you twist it too much, it'll begin to look a bit too ropey. And the way you have to gauge based on the person's hair type. So for my hair is really kinky, and it bounces back and curls back into itself a lot. So when I'm twisting my hair, I don't have to do the twist with a twist thing. I can just twist my hair straight and it'll twirl up nice, and I don't have to worry about anything. But Sunshine's hair doesn't have much of a curl definition, as you can see, and actually the back of her hair is actually curlier than the rest of her hair is. So I'm just gonna move through the hair a bit with the comb. Her hair doesn't have any tangles in it though. And again, we're gonna plait bubbles. Give me a couple minutes, please. So start with a plait. You're going to get the tablet soon. Get the middle, the section that's in the middle, divide that as evenly as you can into 2. And then twist down. And when you're twisting, just turn your hand slightly. And then continue to twist. And smooth it down as you go.
One day at Champagne with a baby, a t-shirt.
If you can't go, this close. So that's all we're doing here today. I just thought I'd come and show you because I had to do her hair anyway. And we sometimes get a lot of questions. What do you use to twist hair with? So all we use is our leave-in and our pomade. Well, that's all we was using previously, but now we have the twisting cream. Yes, baby. So this is the last one I'm going to do, demonstrating the leave-in and pomade. And I like to start with the plait again because it just allows the twist to stay down neater and they stay looking fresh for a longer time period. It doesn't result in her scalp, the hair closer to her head, looking all puffy. I know it's nothing fascinating really, but we get the questions sometimes, so just showing you guys what we do. I know here isn't, well, very little hair is coming out in a comb. Twist all the way down. So the key is to get a water-based product, or you can actually use water as well. And that will allow the hair to look a bit fluffy and the twists are formed differently. I'm just going to do one more roll and then I'm going to go off. Thanks for doing this video. I was wondering how you mix the leave-in and pomade, so this video helps. Oh, thank you so much, Sasha. Glad that we're helping someone. So yeah, anytime you hear me say that we use the leave-in and pomade, that's what I mean that we do even when we now wash her hair and we're just putting in the big twist to allow it to stretch a bit, that's how we use it as well. We don't really put the pomade on the scalp. And you can see her twists are still nicely formed. You don't necessarily need anything else. Now, if I wanted to twist out and I wanted her hair to have more hold and definition, that is when I would more so maybe add in a gel or something like that. But we have the twisting cream for that. So I'm just going to show you what that's like. No. So again, I'm going to use a makeshift part with my fingers. And then I'm going to get a better, more refined part. Once I have a bit of a parting going on, I'm going to put away the rest of the hair. Just going to tune up the part a bit. So that's our second part. Let down a minute, Okay, so this is what I mean by a break layer. Most of you probably know what that means anyway, but just thought I'd show you. So this is what our twisting cream looks like. It's a combination of, I guess I would call it a gel and a cream. This is the consistency of it. It's a bit gooey like, but not really. So I'm just going to put some at the back of my hand. And you can see it isn't going anywhere. It's just going to stay there. So to infuse a bit of moisture, I should have actually put leave-in on this full row, but I forgot. So instead, I'm just going to mist it with our hair tonic and something else that we're working on. And I like this mister because it doesn't allow for the hair to become too damp. It just gives the hair a nice bit of moisture. So I'm going to rub the twisting cream in the palm of my hand. You're going to get your tablet soon, Bubs. It's soon finished. And then I'm going to just rub it down the strand of her hair, and we're going to do the same process again. And what I love about this twisting cream is that it also doubles as a detangler. It's really, really good at eliminating, well, I shouldn't say eliminating, but at reducing any tangles that would have existed, that would have been there. And we should have a similar result to what the leave-in and the pomade would do, but you get more hold because there's a bit of a gel mixed into it as well. Will the hair tonic and twisting cream be among your new releases? Yeah, well, I'm not sure about the hair tonic as yet, but it'll be a moisturizing shampoo, the hair treatment, and the twist and style cream. Those are the 3 new products that we're working to release for you guys. Thanks for the question, Sasha. Not many of us here, but you're keeping us engaged. It's really, really hot. Turn bubbles. So this is what it looks like with the twisting cream. It's going to look a bit stretched, but then as the hair begins to dry, it's going to drop and it's going to give you that nice juicy look. So I'm just going to do one more, and then I'll let you go and relax for the rest of your Sunday. So I'm going to give the hair a mist. And you can use water for this purpose as well. It's just that this is water infused with some herbs and stuff, which makes it even a little better. How long does that hair keep? How long the hair keeps for, and can she swim in it? Sometimes I would keep her hair like this for about 2 weeks. Hold up, Bubbles.
I need to get my daughter.
She does do swimming, but it's only about once a week, and she would wear a swim cap, which doesn't always work. So sometimes she still gets her hair wet, but the twists still stay. The twists don't come out or anything. They might just look fuzzy. But it's never that they like begin to untwist or unravel. That wouldn't happen. Not with her hair texture. And what I try to do, if I know that she will be going into chlorine, I would just get some conditioner and put it in her hair ahead of time just to try to minimize the chlorine and minerals and stuff like that impacting her hair. So you can see now that I'm using the twisting cream and stuff. I'm not really combing before I start because her hair isn't tangled. But underneath here, because you know the bottom of your hair generally knocks up and balls up a bit more, I use the comb down there just to take out some of the ruffles. No problem, Yvonne. Any other questions you guys can think of? So this is the pomade and leave-in, and this is the twisting cream. Every time I do this, it unravels by morning. How do you prevent this? What hair texture are you working with, Yvonne? Is the person's hair texture similar to Sunshine's? Or is their hair a bit curlier? So hair texture has a lot to do with how the twists are gonna hold, or it might be the products that you're using as well. You might have to use like a twisting cream, a twisting butter, a pudding. There's so many different names for the products on the market right now. So for those now joining, I start with the plait at the base, which helps it. And then I twist my hand, or I twist the hair as I continue to do the twist. And I only do it on one side. I don't do it on both sides. So it's like a rope twist, but you don't rope as much. Curly mix, African Asian. I guess I would have to see, but it seems as though it should still hold. Maybe you need to twist tighter. Are you twisting like really loose? If you're doing loose twist, they might walk out more. But yeah, try a hair pudding or some twisting product. A butter on its own might not be enough. You need something with a bit of hold, or you can try adding some gel to moisturizer and twist with that instead and see how it goes. So I'm just gonna continue on, and as the hair falls down, twists, and the hair is just gonna look fuller, and that's why you see all those nice pictures on Instagram with her pretty twists. So people are coming and going, so I'm gonna stay on a bit longer. Yvonne, I don't know if you can send me a picture. My email is leandra@healthykinks.com. Thanks. I will try your twisting method and I will let you know if it holds. Sure. Thanks for the question. And as you can see, I had put some twisting cream on my hand in the beginning, and I'm still using what I had there. You don't need a lot. Especially if you wet the hair first, I find it helps you use less product. And if I had used my leave-in at first as well, that too would have helped me to use less product as well.
They were holding hands there.
They were holding hands?
Because they're having both babies.
They're having babies? Wow. Sorry guys, talking to Maya. Or Sunshine. And sorry if you can't, I know that you can see, but the quality isn't the best. So my apologies for that. Good day to you too, Yvonne. You're welcome. So yeah. And the reason why I like twists so much is because they're easy to put in, very, very easy to take out. When you are taking them out, the hair doesn't have much or any tangles in it, as you can see when I took out her style from before. So you can just go with another style without having to worry about tangles. And if it is that you are going to be washing the hair, twirly ends too. If it is that you're going to be washing the hair, that makes it so much easier and makes the hair more manageable. So if there are no more questions after this, we're going to go. And you can probably look out on our Instagram page. I'll just post a picture of the twists for when we're done. Good evening. What mixture do you spritz with before twisting? This that I'm using now, this is a hair tonic that we're working on. It has in some herbs and flowers that are said to be good for the hair. So that's what I'm using currently, but otherwise you can use water as well. Yes, baby. Or a leave-in conditioner, a lightweight leave-in conditioner would help as well. Yes, honey? You want this? Yes? Sorry, you're taking out something for Maya. For Sunshine. Hey, for Maya. So the next roll that I'm going to do, I'm going to use the leave-in first and then put the twisting cream over it. So think of the twisting cream as like a sealant. I know you can't see what I'm doing here in the corner, but it's the same thing I was doing all along. Could you repeat your email address? My email address is leandra@healthykinks.com. Or if you go on our website and there's a message icon there, you should be able to reach us there as well, and there's a contact us page that you can send through your query there.
Okay.
You're welcome. And if you find you need more product as you get to the end of the hair, you just add in more.
Sorry about that weird noise. It actually was our pencil boyfriend.
That was your I hear you, Maya.
Tell them that.
That's okay.
Tell.
So this is going to take me, I don't know, maybe an hour. Let me see how long we've been here. We've been here for half an hour already. So maybe another hour. So 1.5 to 2 hours to twist her whole head.
Can I get my tablet?
Your tablet? You can get her tablet for her, please, David. Usually when I'm doing her hair, she's watching TV. That keeps her quiet for a bit. Well, for the most part. You have to move all those things in. So that's it, guys. Any other questions for us?
I didn't put it down.
That's okay, Bubbles. Let me just turn so that you can see what we've done so far. Any other questions, you can get us on Instagram, Facebook, email, contact us via our website as well, which is healthykinks.com. So these are her twists. As I said, I'm going to post a picture later when they're all done. So I'm just going to stay here for a little while more twisting actually, because I have to twist it anyway. But I don't want to keep you guys back. So it's up to you if you want to stay or if you have any other questions for us. So I'm going to stay on until about maybe another 10 minutes. And then I'm going to go. I realize her hair is not combed out. Does this help with keeping the twists better? No, it's actually better for the hair to be combed. Well, it doesn't have to be combed out, but it has to be untangled. The more you can untangle the hair, the smoother your twists look, and to me, the longer they would hold in for. But I don't necessarily have to comb out her hair because it isn't tangled. I don't know if you were here from the beginning, but Her hair was in some big twists and I just took those down, so her hair doesn't have a whole lot of tangles. And as I go, when I determine that it needs to be combed, I still use a comb. So I'll show you now. So that's why there's some part, you have to load that down, Bubbles. There's some parts in here already that I'm just recycling. I'm enjoying it. Keep going if that's okay with you. Sure, Sasha. Thanks again. So what I'm doing here, I'm just using, because her hair isn't tangled up, I'm able to just use my fingers to get my first part. And then I'm going to go through with the comb and neaten up the part of it. So that's what I'm doing now. And it's easy for me to just pull and tug and the hair is going to separate. So I'm not popping out any hairs or anything like that. I know people could get very defensive with this natural hair movement. Why are you using a comb? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? But I say to each his own. You have to know what's working for you and what will not work for you. Okay. Oh shoot. All right. How do you get it parts looking so crisp? Practice, practice, honey, practice, practice. I think it has a lot to do with the comb that you're using too. Like if it has a nice pointed teeth at the end, well, this isn't too pointed, but this is good enough for the purposes that I need it now. And the less amount of hair you have to work with, the better. So I did my preliminary parting now, which is this, and now I'm going to go through with the comb, and I think it also has a lot to do with how you decide to hold the comb as well. So I hold the comb similar to a pencil. Yes, baby.
How do you make it a different language because it's not English?
Okay, one sec. So I hold the comb like this, and then I go through, and I'm slightly paranoid with parting too, so I take my time to get it the way how I want it. Everybody might not have as much patience as I do. So I just take my time and I go through. Turn, Bubbles. So her hair is, I'm able to just easily pull through any tangles that might be there. Wasn't here from beginning, but I have seen you undo her hair already and how you utilize using your fingers. Cool. It's a lot of patience, which I know sometimes we don't always have the time. He's fixing it for you, sweetie. So now that I'm happy with the parting, I am going to pull down on her hair. And this helps stretch it out and smoothen out the hair as well.
Daddy,
hold on, baby. Trying to get some hair off of my hands, so I'm going to take some leave-in. I'm using leave-in this time. I'm using all sorts of things just so that you guys can get a gist and understand that you don't necessarily need a twisting product per se. So the previous one I used the hair tonic, or you can use water. This one I'm using the leave-in to wet her, to dampen her hair. I shouldn't say wet. And the benefit of the leave-in conditioner, a leave-in conditioner over a moisturizer, is that a leave-in is made out of something, well, they should be made out of something. Everybody's going to make theirs differently, I guess. But our leave-in uses a cationic emulsifier, which means that, and the emulsifier is what binds the water and oil together. But the fact that it's cationic allows it, some of it to bind to the hair, and it has a coating over the hair, and it provides nice slip as well. So when the hair is rubbing against each other, there's like a barrier, and the hair doesn't tangle as much. So that's why our leave-in has insert slip, among the other ingredients that we have in as well. But that's why I like using a leave-in as opposed to a moisturizer, which might not have that cationic effect emulsifier. And again, it depends. It depends on the hair type, how heavy the product is. If our leave-in was heavy, I wouldn't use it as much. But because it's so nice and lightweight, I'm okay using it in between washes as well. Sorry, sweetie, I just scraped your hand. So this one had in a bit of a, it wasn't as smooth as I would like it to be, so I'm just combing through this one.
Daddy, did you fix? How are you washing it?
And you probably notice I do a lot of pulling and a lot of smoothing out, because that just helps the hair to look smoother. What are you doing, Bubbles? Don't do that.
Did you make it a different
He's
light?
gonna fix it.
Really?
And as I get higher up in her hair, it's gonna get thicker and thicker, because the middle part of her hair right here is the thickest. The front is the lightest. She doesn't have much hair at the front of her head.
Hey!
Sorry.
He's washing it like a man.
Hmm?
He's washing it, not even fixing it.
He's trying to fix it, Mike. So as I go down, I can feel her hair isn't as wet or as damp as I would like it to be. So I'm just gonna give it a quick spritz. And add in a bit more twisting cream. Turn it on, sweetie. And also, always make sure that the hair is as smooth as possible as you twist down. That helps the hair look better. It helps with your twist outs. And know that your twist out is going to be different based on your hair type. So if you're following somebody who has really curly, real curly, loose texture, when they do their twist outs, it's definitely going to be different than when you do yours. And if their hair is curly, when they take out the twist and you see them separating and everything, they're able to separate because their hair already has a natural curl to it. So when they're separating into curls, but for us now that don't really have much curls, we don't have anything to separate into. So rather than go the separation route, I just leave the twists for the most part as they are. It depends on the texture. Put on your hands, sweetie, and sit back.
I'm special.
Come. Maya might start cooperating soon, so. Any other questions you guys can think of?
If anybody asks why I have blue hair,
You have blue hair, Maya?
blue hands, it's because I had marker.
Turn it.
And it's supposed to be black, but turn it to blue.
Do you brush her hair? Hardly ever. I would only use the brush on her hair if I putting it in one, and that would mainly be for the front hairs. But what I would do if her hair is in twist or something, I would just get the comb and I would do like this, just to pull it through, pull through any hair that would have curled into itself. My hand is slippery, so I can't spray the bottle properly. So as we get higher up in her hair, it's a bit of a coarser texture, so I have to pay more attention and do more with it. And the longer her hair gets, the more I find I have to be like maneuvering so that's not to tangle as I plait it. That's why I just stick to twists so much. They're just so much easier. tablet soon, sweetie.
I could watch something else.
So that's all we're doing here, guys. We're just twisting her hair. School is next week. You guys ready for school? Or ready for the traffic that comes along with school? I don't know why traffic is going to be so much worse. It's terrible. How do you protect the hair at night? At night, I would love for Sunshine to tie down her head so that when she wakes up, it would look all beautiful. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen. I just leave it. We just leave it. And it is what it is. She doesn't like her hair to be tied down, so I just leave it.
Daddy?
Hold on, loves. He's gonna give you some. He's watching it?
Take it in Spanish. We check another one in Spanish.
That particular picture is in Spanish, Maya.
That's the one you want to watch some next?
I'm spellbound by how long and beautiful her hair is.
Thanks,
Thanks, Nelly. I work hard on it. I live vicariously through Sunshine. Hello, can you do the Willow Smith with your hair back and forth? No, sorry, I don't think I can. I'm not sure what you mean by that though, So if you're now joining us, what I do, I plait her hair first. Let me just turn her a bit. So I plait for about 3 to 4 takes. I split the hair is already split into 3. I split that down in the middle as evenly as I can, and the 3 now becomes 2. I take my hand and put it under, and then I just give the right hand a slight twist as I go. And I know people twist differently. Some people twist the other way around, but I just prefer this way. So just give the hair a sharp bend as you go down, and smooth the hair down as you go as well. It shows. Thanks, Nell. So when I'm done, I might just take some pomade and rub it in my palm and put it all through her hair just for shine. Someone asked me about creating a oil mist. So that's something that I can consider for when the hair is finished styled, if you just need a bit more shine. That's not a bad idea. Hair twisting, my little one. I'm trying to follow your instructions. Awesome. That's why we're here. Thanks. So if you have any questions, do you understand what I'm doing, or you want me to repeat anything? I'm glad that I'm helping you guys. Maya is on the tablet in the background, so I hope you guys can still hear me properly and everything. You all hold out your head a bit, sweetie. So let me just show you. These are her twists. And it's just going to get fuller and fuller as we go through. So this is me doing my finger detangling, and then I'm going to start the plait. Now when you're plaiting, again, try to be even, so separate it into 3 even parts. Well, it doesn't have to be even. At least make 2 of them even, and then the one that is thinner or disproportionate to the rest, that is the one that you're going to split into 2. Understanding so far, thanks, but I'm amazed at how lovely her twists are. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people like sunshine twist. They're like, what you do? We just do the twist her hair, or you know. I don't know. I guess it's the technique, but I'm showing you guys the technique. I've shown people the technique before, and they're still. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's my hands. I'm special. I don't know. But even when I cornrow her hair, I put twist at the ends as well. And I notice when I'm looking at a lot of local hairdressers posts and stuff, I realize that they too have started to put twists at the ends of the hair. I'm not saying it's because of me, but it's a good thing to see because the twists are just so much easier. And it's gentler on the hair as well. So there's no magic to it per se. Nothing special that I'm doing. And twirl the ends. Depending on the hair texture, some people here will twirl and some won't. Sunshines doesn't really twirl. If you have a curlier hair texture, it's easier for your hair to curl because again, it curls back into itself. But with hers, I just get a little something enough to secure the twist. See? Not much of a, I don't know, twist there. So we're just making our way through. Her hair is really soft. I have no problems with tangles, nothing like that. I really do believe the treatment that we're working on has something to do with that. It just seems to make her hair softer for a longer time period. And I'm able to untangle her hair so much easier. Even though the treatment isn't in now, but it has a bit of a lasting effect on the hair, if I can say that. But you guys will have to tell me when you get to try it. And sometimes you might be wondering why we take so long to release products, but it takes a while. You have to develop the formulation, and then you have to make it, and you tweak it and tweak it. And it isn't just a matter of making something one time and then releasing it onto the market. You have to make it and use it over a period of time or over a period of months to ensure that you're happy with it, because you can make something and you like it for the first time, but then after a couple uses, for whatever reason, then you don't like it anymore or whatever. So we test it at home. I test it for a long time. Once I'm comfortable with the formulation, I have a team of persons that I allow to test the products. So they test it, they give me their honest feedback. And once I'm happy with that, then it has to go through some scientific, I call it scientific test, but microbial testing, because we don't want anything growing in the products and stuff like that. So it takes a while. So right now, the products that we're releasing now, I'm happy with them, and our testers are actually testing them now, and the feedback has been going really, really good. So once that's done, then I have to get it tested by a lab. I want to get it tested by a lab, and then we'll release them. So the process takes a while. Remind us what products you used prior to twisting today. So I'm using a combination of 4 products, not really 4, but if you were here from the beginning, for these first 2, I just use the leave-in and pomade. So persons often contact us and ask us what we have for twisting, and when I tell them the leave-in and pomade, I don't know if they really believe that. So I just wanted to show them, yes, you can just twist the hair with leave-in and pomade. So that's what I did with the 3 of these. And then for the rest of these, I'm using our twisting cream and also our hair tonic. But you can use water. Some people might use water and glycerin. Some people have their own mix-up. And sometimes I use our leave-in conditioner too. Do you treat her hair with each wash? I didn't used to do it before. It depends on the condition of her hair. So if I go 3 weeks without washing her hair, if her hair feels really dry and crispy, like it needs an infusion of moisture, then I would treat it. And I have been treating it because I've been washing it every 3 weeks this summer, I have been treating it every wash day. But it really depends. There's not a hard and fast way of how you should, well, that's my opinion, how you should, you have to go based on how the hair feels, and go from there. Some people just have a set routine and they stick to it. So, you gotta hold it, sweetie. We're getting higher to the, closer to the top now. So, for those who weren't here before, I'm gonna show you how I would use the leave-in and pomade for twisting. Well, this is how I use the leave-in and pomade, period. This is how I formulated them to be used. So the hair to the front of her hair is really light. I keep saying that, but if you don't believe me, you can probably see how light and fine it is compared to the hair that was at the back. So what I would do with the front of her hair, I put in bigger twists. I don't twist it as small. Yeah, and always try to don't use too much tension. So if I was to split this in two, you can tell there's a bit of hair here. It's okay, but in front here is really not much hair to work with. So I'm tempted to put this into one big twist. Yeah, so I'll do that. I'll probably do like a flat twist and then just twist the end. So yeah. So this is the hair tonic. You can use a leave-in conditioner, or you can use, if you have a spray bottle, just use some oil. This is the leave-in. Rub it through. Pomade. Rub it between your hands. That was too little just now. And pass it through again. So the process takes a little longer because you're using more products, whereas with the twisting cream, for the most part, it's just the hair tonic and then the twisting cream. The benefit of the pomade too is because it adds such nice gloss and like a viscosity to it. You don't have to do anything else with the hair. The hair is just nice and full of shine from using it. Pull up a bit, sweetie. So to do the flat twist, you separate the hair into two, and you're going to twist and pick up hair continuously as you go. And I use my hand just to hold the hair in place. And when you get to the ends, you could continue twisting, but if you want to secure it a bit, get a bit of the hair from the back and plait it. Rather than using two pieces, you pick up an extra piece. So it now becomes like a cornrow. Sorry if I'm confusing you, but that's my best way to explain it. So once you have the cornrow, say I have 3 pieces, whereas I started out with 2. And then I split that small little tiny piece that I use for reinforcement. I split that into 2. Oh, let's see. And then I continue with the twist. So that's how you have a flat twist. So I'm just going to flat twist the 2 at the side because her hair is so light, and the rest I'm going to twist up. I guess the quality of the hair determines how the cornrow looks. My cornrows used to look dull, but now using the products, there's a shine to them. Thanks, sweetie. But yes, it does depend on the hair type. Don't let nobody fool you. Depending on your hair, your twist, your hair, your twist will look different. Everything will look different. Or some persons, if they have coarser hair textures, you should try to stretch it as much as possible. If you don't want to blow dry it, because I've never blown dry Sunshine's hair. Actually, I just put it in granny's and I style it another day. But the more stretched your hair is, the neater your style is gonna look. If I've missed any of your questions because I was looking at Sunshine's hair and not at the laptop, just let me know. Or resubmit them, please. So thank you for taking the time out to be here with us. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that we're helping you guys along your journey. I'll hold it in its seats. I will try to do more videos, but I don't know. It's challenging at times. Any other questions you can think of, just ask us. We'll try our best to answer. Remind us of the new products you're working on. Sure, we're working on a moisturizing shampoo. And the focus of that is that you can wash your hair, but it will not be as clean, or as some people might say, stripping as the clarifying shampoo. Because you might use less surfactant, it's just a bit gentler on the hair, but it doesn't clean the hair as much. So basically you're leaving back some of the oils and stuff on your hair. Yeah, so we're working on a moisturizing shampoo, we're working on a hair conditioning, a deep treatment, and we're working on a twisting cream. I don't know if I'll get to bring out the hair tonic at the same time as those. And in terms of the shampoo, you can determine if you want to use the clarifying or if you're going to use the moisturizing. So for Sunshine, I don't know, I just like to know that the hair is clean. To me, once your hair is clean, it can be the starting point for any style because there's no added products onto it. Like you're starting off with a clean slate versus if your hair is not clean, then you're going to be piling more product on it. And the moisture might not penetrate as good as if the hair was clean to begin with. So I wash her hair. Her first wash, I use the clarifying shampoo. The second wash, then I use the moisturizing shampoo because I know that her hair would have gotten a pretty good clean from the first time. So I would focus on the scalp and a bit on the hair for the clarifying, not too much on the hair. And then for the second wash, I use the moisturizing shampoo. And then again, our leave-in and pomade, you can't do without those. Put the hair in some big twists or however you decide to stretch your hair. And allow it to air dry or wait a couple days. And style it from then. It really depends. But Sunshine goes to school. She isn't too fussy about her hair. And her twists look nice anyway, so that, thank God I don't have to worry about that. So I can just put her hair in big twists and leave it for a few days. Do you trim her? Wait, sorry, I'm missing a question. Yes, I also find that not using the hair dryer after washing makes the hair keeps better moisture. Yes, definitely. The hair dry. When you wash your hair is wet and the hair pretty much has moisture, but by the time you use the hair dryer, you just pull in all the moisture right back out to the hair. So somewhat defeating the purpose, but it does allow for the hair to be stretched and it styles better. That's the truth. Do do you trim hair ends? And if so, how often? I do, I can't really say trim. Every time I twist her hair, I look to see the state of her ends. So if I find any spraggly pieces lying around, I will just take the scissors and give it a quick snip. So I trimmed her hair once, like her hair was open, and I combed it out. And then I snipped the ends that looked as though they weren't lining up with the rest of her hair. So I did that once. Otherwise, I just do a dusting. In testing of the products, do you find that different natural hair types respond differently to the products? No, actually, it's been going pretty good. Everybody just loves them. Sometimes they might have a couple things that they might not like about it, so they might not like the style. It really depends on what it is that I'm testing. But even for our current products that we have on the market, they appear to do pretty good with a lot of different textures. I guess because it's lightweight and you can build on it. So like our leave-in was intentionally formulated to be lightweight, and then if you want a bit more hold, or you want your hair to be a bit more weighed down or heavier, you can use the pomade accordingly. So you can use a little pomade or you can use a lot of pomade. And when you're twisting, it's important to try and get them as even as possible, because if you borrow, it sometimes spoils the look of the twist. So if I'm twisting and then I take some from the other section, it creates like a rift in the hair, and you can see sometimes when it's borrowed. But that's just me being paranoid. And then when it comes to undoing the hair, you can't just start here and pull it straight through, because you borrowed some from the other side, so you have to be careful when you get to those points. So how is it coming along? Let me see. Can't remember. Lisa, you're getting through with the twist? If you're still there, that is. My hand is so slippery. So I guess you're focusing on twisting. So don't worry, you don't have to go in tight. Don't let me disrupt you. And this is just some twisting cream on my hand. I put it on my hand because it's easier rather than dipping your hand into the jar all the time. Twist and make your way down. Don't twist it too much though, you don't want it looking too ropey. They're coming along nicely, thanks. Cool. My mist isn't spraying anymore. I think it might be to the end of the... Oh, spraying again now. Sometimes they appear to be a bit stuck, I don't know. So again, this detangling cream. Listen, if you need to untangle something, Not detang. See, I even calling it a detangling cream. But this twisting cream, because of the slit that it has in, it's really, really good if you have a tangle and you're trying to get it out. It helps with that, for sure. Twirl the ends. Any other questions? You guys can actually. I can't think of anything offhand right now about twisting. Anything more? And the twist will draw up as the hair begins to dry, so it wouldn't stay as long looking as these twists look now. Thanks to the elasticity of our hair. Or as some people would call it, shrinkage. Everybody complains about their shrinkage. You can't change that though. Unless you go and blow dry the hair or you get it stretched or something. One of your products is a hair and body butter. Do you use that in Sunshine's hair? I do sometimes, but honestly not often. I find that I more so cream with that. It could be because the pomade was the first product that we ever developed and I just really, really like it. But sometimes I would use it in my hair, but not as often in Sunshine's hair. I just stick to the leave-in and pomade for the most part. What's the biggest size of the shampoo? The biggest size is 16 ounces. But we don't have those all the time. We would have them occasionally. I found I got through it much quicker than the others. Really? How often you wash your hair? I would like it to be in, oh, a liter? Alright, sure now. We'll work on that. We'll see. Just for you because you're all the way over there. Sorry, just wiping down my face, getting a bit hot. Okay, I think I got all the questions there just now. So these are the twists. Actually, let me keep her this way for now. Thanks for all the questions, guys. Since you don't have the 16 ounce often, can I special order that size? You can let us know that you're interested in it, and then when we have to make another batch, we'll incorporate it into the making. Because my hair was short, it was easy to wash. That is so true. That's true, sure enough. Because my hair is short, sometimes I wash it more often. Well, the first time when I had cut my hair, but now I don't wash it as often. But yeah, I can understand that. But we have 16 ounces available now in shampoo, leave-in, and conditioner. They're on our website if you guys would like to order now. But if at any time you go to order and you don't find it, just message us and we will include it for you when next we're making the product. Trying to get it even. It doesn't feel even in my hands. So you have to be careful if you're dealing with longer lengths of hair because your hands, the hair might get tangled up between your hands as you're doing the styling. So just try and clear it all the time. So thanks again. Just telling you guys thanks for taking your time out to be here with us. It's actually keeping me company. I like it. But anyway, we're just twisting along. And because her hair has a nice length, the twists offer a lot of versatility. So you can put it in one, you can put it in two, you can put it in an inside cornrow and like put it up and have a nice curve at the top. Like you can do a lot of things with it. So twists are very versatile. So true about longer hair, yeah. You start out and your hair is short and you're like, oh, this is nice. You don't have to do much with it. But then when the hair starts to get longer, different ball game altogether. You okay, honey? Are you watching now? So true about longer hair. Yes, they are indeed. Yep. So you have to get little processes and stuff in place that makes it easier for you to manage. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm not using a whole lot of product. I don't have to use a whole lot of product. So you start out with 3 pieces. You plait it. This is 1, 2, 3. You have the 3 pieces. Separate that into 2, as even as you can, or as even so the 2 sides that you're working on are even. And then you put your hand however is more comfortable for you, and you twist from there. I find it easier for my hand to be underneath as I twist. How often do you re-moisturize her twists? It really depends on how her hair feels. Sometimes it could be once a week, sometimes it could be 3 times a week. So I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but what I do, I hold the twist and I crunch them. And if it feels really dry and stuff, then I will re-moisturize it by using the spritzer, the hair tonic, or you can use the water or the leave-in. And then I put the pomade over that. You probably get asked this a lot, but is there an optimal way of using the products? As in the shampoo first, then conditioner, then etc.? Sure. We use the shampoo for the shampoo that cleanses the hair. Takes out any product buildup because you don't want buildup. If you have buildup, moisture wouldn't get to the hair as good as it can because there's stuff blocking it from penetrating. So you use the shampoo, give the hair a good clean. After that, you use the conditioner, and the conditioner would help replenish what the shampoo would have taken out, and it also leaves a coating, a slight coating on the hair that would help with untangling and help the hair feel softer and more nourished, so that when you wash out the conditioner, there's still something left. After that, we use the leave-in conditioner, and it is similar to the conditioner, similar ingredients and everything, but it just doesn't have in as much, it's not as thick a product, and it does not have in, it's not as conditioning as the conditioner is, if that makes sense. So You don't want it as thick as a conditioner because then your hair will feel way down and it will begin to build back up just as quick. You will be defeating the purpose of why you wash your hair in the first place because then you're loading it back up with products. So our leave-in again is nice and lightweight. So you just get a bit of conditioning, and because you're not washing it out, it would impact the hair more. So some people might skip the conditioner phase. You can do that, but I find using a conditioner, washing that out, and then using the leave-in conditioner, it does help for your hair to feel softer and more manageable. So I recommend the shampoo, use the conditioner, wash that out, and then use the leave-in conditioner. And after that, I seal it in with the pomade. So those are the 4 products that we have out right now. But in terms of the ones that we're going to be releasing, so there's the moisturizing shampoo. So you can decide if you want to use the moisturizing shampoo for both washes or if you just wash your hair once. You have to determine based on how dirty your hair is and how clean you want your hair to be. So say you know that you used a lot of products during your washes. You use a lot of gel, you use some curl pudding, you might use products with silicone. If you're not using Healthy Kinks products, we don't use silicones, but you might be using other products in between that having silicones. So you need an effective clean to wash out those products and all that buildup. So you can use the clarifying shampoo for the first wash and then use the moisturizing shampoo for the second wash because that's a bit gentler on the hair. So that's the moisturizing shampoo. The next product that we'll be releasing is the hair treatment. So the hair treatment will replace the conditioner. So I actually see some people use the conditioner and then use the hair treatment, but I don't know if it's I don't know if it's wasting the conditioner because your hair can only get so much conditioning. So the more damaged your hair is, the more effective your conditioner will be. If your hair isn't damaged, like your cuticles are laying down properly, you know, stuff like that, then you wouldn't get as much of impact from your conditioner. So there's only so much that a conditioner can do. So after you wash your hair, you would use the treatment instead of that would replace your conditioner. And then you use the leave-in and pomade, and you can use the twisting cream after or during the week as you go. How do you protect her hair at night? I don't do anything, Sasha. I just leave it. She doesn't like for her hair to be tied down. She complains that the elastic on the band itches, or she just doesn't like the feeling of her hair being restricted. So she just goes to sleep just as you see her hair here. And we don't have a satin pillow or anything like that either. I am pretty much a minimalist. I would like to get one for me though, but I don't have any. And she has her favorite pillow too, so I wouldn't take that away from her. Let me just turn on the light. You yawning? So this is how far we've got. She's yawning, excuse her. You wanna cough? Let me turn her the other way. And this is how much we have to go. Oh, it had a minute, sweetie. Yeah. So do you think that if the hair is damaged and you cut it all off, that it can regrow as damaged, or is that the new growth and fresh treating it from one day will make the difference? Hair as it grows out, your hair is dead pretty much. So the most you can do is try to treat it as best as you can. So think about fabric, like if you're dealing with cashmere or some type of delicate fabric, you know, people say you don't just wash it with any detergent, you gotta wash it with this particular detergent. So all you're doing is trying to manage what you already have. You can't improve it. You can improve it if it's damaged, but if it's perfectly fine, there isn't much that you can do to it. So if your hair is damaged and you cut it, the longer your hair gets, as it grows out from the hair shaft and it goes all the way to the ends is the oldest part of your hair. So it's more prone to damage because that's the most hair that would have been combed out, pulled out, tugged out, you know, whatever it is that you're doing. So that's why it's also the driest part, because it's the more damaged part. So if you cut that, then what you're left with is better hair, unless all of your hair is damaged. So if all of your hair is damaged, you can cut it all off and then you're starting anew. So ultimately, you should be starting with pretty decent hair, unless you have like a vitamin deficiency. You know, it depends on your exercise habits, your intakes, how much nutrients is coming to your hair and your scalp. But it will be better hair to deal with and less damaged hair than the hair that you would have cut. So you're basically starting anew. You gotta hold out your head a minute for me, sweetie. Put your hand with your mouth, man. Got it. Cool. So it should be better. Your new growth and your hair that is now growing should be better than what was there before. So even if you look at hair generally, you would find that the hair closest to your roots is nice and full, and then when you get to the ends, it just becomes thinner and thinner and thinner. And that's because that hair has been around for such a longer time than the hair on the rest of your head. So it's not as healthy. So this side of her hair is actually, I guess we're working with the same thing as the other side. But I'm actually going to put this one in 2 twists. It looks like we have enough hair to work with. I think it's because there's more, it's a bigger part. Maybe I'll hold it, sweetie. You might have to hold up the tablet a bit. Well, it would love to finish watch, but I have to go. Excellent work and excellent products. Thanks, Chanel. I know it's late there. Go and get some rest for work tomorrow. Thanks for taking the time out for watching us and watching us. I really appreciate you guys sticking around and us working here together. Thanks. I'll have to turn her a little bit more for you to see. I really appreciate you doing the video. So many of my questions are being answered. Great. I know most persons probably busy arranging their back to school stuff. So if you guys are all done, okay. Another question. Since Sunshine doesn't like her hair protected, how long would that style there last? I would keep this in for 2 weeks. It really depends on how I feel and how it looks. So by the end of the week, if it looks really bad, I'll take it down for the weekend. But for this can last her 2 weeks pretty comfortably. So this will probably be in for 2 weeks, which would make it 3 weeks since her last wash, and then I'll wash it in another 2 weeks. So do your kids allow for their hair to be tied down at night? Not allow it, but like, are they comfortable? And you're fine tying down their heads? I wish I could leave my daughter's hair for 2 weeks, but her hair texture fuzzes quickly. I understand. Maybe the twisting cream might help. So how long are you generally able to leave it? Just 1 week? My daughter could sleep in a satin cap. Nice. Lucky you. Yeah, she does, but it has to be with a satin tie. She also complains that those with elastic itches. Yeah. I'm wondering if I have to get a different one for Maya as well, and then if it would be comfortable, more comfortable for her. But I think she just likes the freedom. It lasts for 1 week. Okay. And what do? You generally cornrow it or you would twist it? We're soon done, guys. We're getting there, we're getting there. So we have been here now for 1.5 hours. That time flies quickly though. I think it's only you, Sasha. I think it's only Sasha and Lisa on with us now. That's okay. We're still learning. So we're just twisting through. So when I'm done this row, I'm probably gonna go off and just finish up the top. So if you have any other questions, unless some additional persons join in and they have questions, I will continue, but if we don't have any further questions, then I would go. Glad to be here. I tried so many ways to keep her hair tidy. Now I'll be trying the water, leave-in and pomade. Cool. Yeah, the water is gonna help because anytime you wet the hair, it's like you taking out whatever sculpture, I call it a sculpture, you taking out whatever form is there. And when you wet the hair and you twist it wet, it's then going to reform into what you created. We're going to go soon. Maya getting restless. Give me 2 minutes. Let me finish this row. She wants something to drink, boss. Sit back, sweetie. So the water helps, forms the twist. Forms any style, actually. I used the leave-in and the pomade today, and my daughter's twists are lovely. Awesome. So you don't need a whole lot of products. I like to keep things as minimal as possible, while still being effective, of course. So welcome for the, I think a couple more persons joined us. Hi guys. I'm just twisting. Sunshine's here. I get a lot of questions about twist and what we use for twist and how we twist. So that's all I was showing. I thought I'd just do a live and twist her hair one time. So this is just a hair tonic that I'm using to moisturize the hair a bit. I don't want the hair too wet. I just want it a little damp. But my hand is slippery, so it's giving me trouble to spray. So that's the hair tonic. You can use water or a leave-in conditioner. This is a twisting cream that I'm using. You can use a leave-in. Some people might combine the leave-in with gel for a bit more hold. I start off with a flat. I've been doing this for ages. I don't know if you can see now, but just start out plaiting the hair. Once you have the 3 pieces, separate it into 2 as even as you can. Try and make everything even. And you twist your way down by putting a little kink, just twist your hand a bit as you go down. How much twist you put in as you twist will be dependent on the hair texture and the hair type that you're working with. So if the person's hair is really kinky and coily, you probably don't have to put in that extra work. You can just twist it down as normal and the hair is gonna shrink back into itself and have that nice form. But if the hair needs a bit of assistance, that's when you put in the extra twist. And it depends on the look that you're going for your twist. But a lot of people ask me about my twist and how I twist, so that's what I'm showing you here. Can these products be used on relax hair as well? They can be, but I don't know. I've never tested them on relax hair per se. We do have a couple customers with relax hair. I don't know if the conditioner may be a bit too heavy. You would have to try it and see. Or when you use the conditioner, you might just use less products as an after wash. But the pomade for sure you can use. And possibly the leave-in too. The leave-in should be fine. I'm getting tired, baby. I know, sweetie. I'm gonna make this my last unless there's any more questions for this. Yeah, she did really good. Maya did really good today, guys. Our Sunshine did really good today. I always mix up which one am I supposed to be using. But anyway, you guys understand. Okay, thanks. We'll give it a try. Let us know how it goes. And if you're emailing us anytime or contacting us, you can just let us know, well, this is Lisa, or this is Sasha that was on the YouTube live, so that I will have some context and I will be able to better help you. So anyhow, what I'm doing now, I'm just ensuring that the product is throughout her hair, and I'm not using a lot. Sometimes I comb, sometimes I finger detangle. It depends on how I feel. Turn a bit, sweetie. I start off with a plait and then I separate it into a twist. And the reason why I do this is that it just allows the hair to be neater and to sit down flatter on the scalp. And it would last, the twist would last longer, the style would last longer. Hi guys, for those persons joining us, are you from Barbados? Or are you from another country? Or a different country, I should say. I'm just twisting Sunshine's hair. And I'll post a clearer picture when I'm done on Instagram. But if you follow us on Instagram, you would already know how her hair looks twisted. You want me to hold it up? So this is the section we have left, and this is what we've done so far. And sorry for the lighting, that's not very clear. You gotta hold up your head now that we to the top, man. You will have to hold up the top. So I use my fingers to part first, because that's easier. And then I go in with the comb for a neater part. Seeing just fine, thanks Lisa. I know usually with YouTube videos, they look all high tech and stuff, so. Well, not ours, but I mean other persons. So working in sections makes the process easier. Tired? Your video is quite effective, doing just fine. Okay, cool. Thanks. So for the top here, I'm probably only gonna put this into 3 twists. And I'm gonna try, I somehow stopped doing the braid layer because as you can see, you can clearly see my parts. But anyway, when I put these into 3, I'm gonna try for the twist to fall in between these spaces that you can see. That way it gives the twist a fuller look. So miss the hair. I'm gonna put on some twisting cream. This one I'm just gonna do a quick finger detangle until I get to the end, so I'll use the comb then. So do what's comfortable for you. Have any questions for those who would have joined us? Or for those that would have joined us, do you have any questions? So we're just here twisting. Nothing very exciting. Answering any questions that you might have. We get in there, sweetie. We get in there. We get in there. Your neck hurting? Alright. We'll get up soon. I know I keep saying that I'm going, but when I finish this one, again, if there are no more questions, then I'll go again. So if you can think of anything, you can let me know before we go. You can see how easy her hair is to comb through once we've used the twisting cream. Turn your head, sweetie. I'm amazed that you did no brushing and the hair is so neat. Yeah, I don't brush. I hardly ever brush Sunshine's hair. I hardly brush her hair. I hardly put her hair in bubbles. And I wet the hair a bit more up here, so that's why you're seeing this white stuff. But it will begin to dry in. And I wet it more because up here is a coarser hair texture, so I need more pliability, if I can call it that. I don't know the right word, but it needs more moisture. I need to get a different feel to her hair, whereas down here I don't have to work as hard.
What is that noise?
That's a fridge. Do you find brushing breaks it? I don't know, because I don't brush it much. I just find that there's not a need for a brush. The only time I would use the brush is if I'm putting her hair in one or in a ruffle, and I don't do that too often, so that's why I just don't use a brush. But for a style like this, I don't see why you should need a brush. Unless I guess some people might use a brush where I use a comb. Maybe that's it. So rather than using a brush, I use a comb to untangle the hair. Maybe that's it. I'll let your head a bit, sweetie. So the few that we did, I put the twist to fall in between here. So now it looks fuller. With this one, I'll have to do something else to get rid of this part. But this will only come into effect if I want to wear her hair down. And it's fine either way. Because at least if I want to put it into two ruffles, two ponytails, and with the ribbon, at least it's a straight apart, right? So that works out just fine. Just don't finish my hair, promise. So any last minute questions? I promised Sunshine that I'm going, so this is my last one. I'll hopefully get to post the picture on Instagram when we're all done.
Because if in
Okay, thanks for doing this. Very informative. Thanks for being here, guys. You're welcome.
Mommy?
Yes, please.
So this
Sleeps in the bed right here? Okay. Indeed it was. Thanks as well. Thanks, Sasha. Thanks, Lisa. Charnel gone already. Thanks, Charnel. And for the other, we have a couple other people here too. Thank you guys as well. So let me just show you what we've done. Which you see a couple times already, but anyway. So you see this section here? it has absolutely no curl to it. So I'm trying to get the twist as far down as I possibly can before I twirl it, because there's not much to hold on to there. So try and twist down as far as you can twist down. But if your hair has a decent amount of curl pattern and a looser texture to it, you will be able to twist like maybe to here and then twirl, whereas I usually try and twist all the way down. Hold your head for one thing, guys. Let me just show them. So this is her twist. I'm just gonna go and finish. It might take about 9 twists or so to finish the top. Hold your head a little bit more, Mia. So thank you so much for being here. Any questions? You can find us on Instagram. It's healthy_kinks. You can check out our website, healthykinks.com. If there are any persons outside of Barbados, we currently only ship to Barbados, sorry. But that will change in the future. So that's it. I hope some of you found it helpful, which you said you did. So until we meet again. You're gonna tell them bye-bye, Maya?
Yeah, this might not be better.
You go all up and shit. Maya's drinking Mobby.
Oh, okay.
Alright, bye guys. Oh, I have to go around. Are you sure you want to stop? Thanks for doing this. Are you sure you want to stop streaming?